A lovely and warm welcome to the news on Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. Let's take a look at stories making headlines in our news. Today, political commentator says arrest of Socialist Party leader Fred Membe is within the confines of the law. Petauke Secondary School head teacher arrested for corruption. President Hakainde Hichilema calls on accountants to support government in economic development agenda. And DISA Care lobbies for funds to participate at Danhiko Annual Paralympic Games to be held in Zimbabwe. Details of these stories and others coming up shortly. To stay with us.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Maya kunka bwino mwamene.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons. But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for.
Wow.
It has saved me money. Telling you. Kynoplus.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright Sinkozi alongside George Kalimkwa with the details. Political analyst Francisco Mumba says Zambia as a country has pledged to respect and uphold the rule of law, which even the current government has been championing. Mr. Mumba says the arrest of Socialist Party president is within the confines of the law, and anyone who feels otherwise is at liberty and protected by the Zambian statutes to air out their grievances. He has since urged the Zambia Police Service to keep doing their work without sounding political, because it may divide the country if not careful. Mr. Mumba further said opposition party leaders must offer positive criticism to the government, bearing in mind that an opposition political party is a government in waiting. He was reacting to the recent arrest of Socialist Party leader Dr. Fred Membe.
This country, and if I recall strongly with this government in power today, they have indicated that they will respect the rule of law. What this simply means, Mwene, is that they will not use men, but they will use the law to run the affairs of government. Now, whoever it is, a politician or any other individual, Mwene, if they have committed a crime, surely it is the duty of the police to arrest. Let the police do their work. But I want also to remind the police, it's very important to remind the police, they should not sound like they're a political party. It is very important. Let them sound to do the law. Let not be seen like, they are speaking from an angle of politics. Let the law takes its course, and let's support the police. Let's not politicize the police at all times. You have a lot of opposition political parties that they are in office as an individual, and often they come out to speak for another political party. An opposition political party is the government in waiting. It's a government in waiting. The legitimacy of them is based on them being established under the Societies Act, and they are protected by the law in Article 60 of the Constitution of Zambia. Now, the problem we see, opposition political parties, they will just want to go for the purpose of being seen that they are an opposition political parties without actually, paying particular attention to whatever is happening, that we are offering solidarity. Always is solidarity against government. But they have a right. They need to protect, to give solidarity to each other. But
Meanwhile, the Zambia Police Service has formally charged Socialist Party President Fred Membe with the offense of communication of certain information contrary to Section 4, Subsection 4 of the State Security Act, Chapter 111 of the laws of Zambia. Allegations are that the opposition leader with other unknown persons received classified information that the chairpersonship of the Central Joint Operations Committee has been changed. It is alleged that on July 21st, 2023, the journalist allegedly posted the above information on the Facebook page called Fred Membe, an act that contravenes the State Security Act, Chapter 111 of the laws of the Republic of Zambia. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga said in a statement that Dr. Membe is detained in police custody as police were still waiting for him to avail his sureties to be released on bond while waiting court appearance soon. Yesterday, police charged the former Post newspaper's editor-in-chief and 2000 International Press Institute World Press Freedom Heroes with the offense of libel. The offense is contrary to Section 191 of the Penal Code Act, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. In this matter, it is alleged that on June 6, 2023, Dr. Membe, with intent to defame, published an article and circulated it on social media. In the article, Mr. Membe said that fired cop dies of depression. He further alleged that the deceased Moses Kabamba, a retired assistant commissioner of police who was a divisional criminal investigations officer for Northwestern Division, had risen blood pressure. Dr. Membe allegedly further said that Mr. Kabamba died after he heard that the Deputy Inspector General of Police for Operations, Miuna Muyambango, had refused to obey instructions given by the Solicitor General, Marshal Muchende, to introduce him back on the payroll as a way to have their matter settled out of court. Several opposition political party leaders this morning attempted to visit Mr. Membe at Woodlands Police Station but were denied access by broadcast time. The Anti-Corruption Commission in Chipata, Eastern Province, has arrested a Petauke boarding secondary school head teacher for abuse of authority of office involving more than 21,000 kwacha. Simeon Saenela Lungu, aged 50, of house number B1, Chipata Day Secondary School Teachers Compound, has been arrested and charged with 9 counts of abuse of authority of office contrary to Section 21(1)(a), as read with Section 41 of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012. Details are that on multiple occasions between 1st January 2018 and 31st December 2020, Mr. Lungu, being a public officer, namely head teacher at Chipata Day Secondary School in Chipata District, did abuse the authority of his office in the manner he arbitrarily authorized daily subsistence allowances, DSA, and loan payments to himself and 5 other members of staff using public funds, an act prejudicial to the interest of the government of the Republic of Zambia. Mr. Lungu, on separate occasions, authorized payments of 5,000 kwacha, 3,000 kwacha, and 6,000 kwacha to himself as loans for his personal benefit using public funds. Additionally, on separate occasions, he also authorized payments of 1,000 kwacha to 3 members of staff and another 1,500 kwacha to a member of the school's Parent-Teacher Association, PTA, as loan facilities for their personal benefit using public funds. Furthermore, Mr. Lungu authorized a payment of 2,020 kwacha as DSA to himself when he traveled to Lusaka for private business using the school bus, and another 915 kwacha to a school driver as DSA and transport to enable him travel to Lusaka to drive his personal vehicle when he could not drive. Mr. Lungu has since been released on bond and will appear in court soon. This is according to the Anti-Corruption ACC Head of Corporate Communications, Timothy Mono. Now, the Ministry of Health has partnered with Orbis Zambia to host the Orbis Zambia International Eye Hospital training. Speaking during a media interaction on eye health, Orbis Zambia Country Director Lucia Nadaf said the project, which will run from the 25th of September to the 13th of October 2023, is meant to train local eye care teams and surgical practitioners. Nadaf said creating sustainable eye care systems does not only mean offering medical assistance, but also investing in research, infrastructure, as well as training. She has called on government to help support Orbis financially, as funding remains a critical foundation for the organization.
Our vision is a world where no one is needlessly blind or visually impaired. I'm not sure if we all know that 80% of all blinding diseases are actually treatable. So there's no need for anyone to needlessly go blind. We have the services, we have the hospitals, we have capable staff that are there to treat eye health. In terms of our approach, we truly believe that eye health should be approached comprehensively. Creating sustainable eye care systems entails not just offering prompt medical assistance, but also investing in research, infrastructure, and training. Collaborative efforts. In terms of collaborative efforts, Orbis Zambia works closely with the Ministry of Health and other eye health partners, as well as local partners. Together, we can leverage each other's strengths and resources to achieve greater impact. Funding remains a critical aspect of our operations, and we seek the continued support of individuals, corporations, and governments to sustain our efforts. This is our call for action. In order to eradicate avoidable blindness, we would like all media outlets present here today to promote eye health as it affects us all in one way or another.
At the University Teaching Hospital's Eye Hospital, we are committed to giving our patients from all over the nation the best eye care services befitting a tertiary institution. It is our responsibility to preserve vision, safeguard and restore vision so as to provide a better standard of living for our people and their families. Even as we offer these services, I'd like to say we have a good team of experts. So our hospital is very fortunate to have this group of eye care specialists who are highly skilled and committed to providing patient care with their best expertise and compassion on a daily basis.
Now, Republican President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema has called on accountants in the country to support the New Dawn government in implementing the agenda of fostering economic development. Speaking when he officiated at this year's Pre-Zambia Institute of Chartered Accountants annual general workshop in Livingston, whose theme is accountability and transparency for economic development, Mr. Hichilema said economic development can only be attained when the country unites and works together in a specific direction, thereby the need for accountants to speak out and advise government correctly. He said the role accountants play is critical in the development of the country, hence the need for Zika to consider a shift in programs to enable guidance notes become more important than audit controls, which only come a year later when damage has already been made. He further commended Zika for their contribution in producing quality accountants in the country and has since called on institutions to incorporate entrepreneurship in their curriculum in order for accountants to support government by creating employment. The head of state is in Livingstone for a 2-day working visit.
One of my colleagues said to me, make sure you say that accountants play a critical role in the design and implementation of effective internal controls and auditing systems. I said, no. First, the accountants are responsible to make sure that we all behave ourselves at a higher level first. Are we together? Work with us to implement this agenda of economic development. This government is yours. Are you not the one who elected us into office? Madam President, this your government understands the role of the people in this hall. This your government wants to work with the people in this hall and outside. This your government will take the advice of these people. But this government will not end there. It will ask you to roll your sleeves so that we do not get into a situation where we borrow recklessly the way we borrow. Maybe we should change, madam, our programs also. Let us have guidance notes more important than audit controls, which come a year later. The damage is done. I'm thanking Zika for producing high-quality accountants. I believe jobs come from entrepreneurs. Can we tilt part of that curricula, whichever school in there, in Zika's, whichever course, to start focusing on entrepreneurship as well, so that we can ourselves in this hall become employers, become investors, take risks. Take risks. This government will support you.
You're watching the news on Hope Channel Zambia. Just now, let's take a break. We have more stories on the other side. Please do stay with us.
Escape the winter monotony with an August pack full of variety. Discover hilarious kids content and the best of local reality shows on Top Star.
The guy likes our chicken. Have him.
For only 160 kwacha and 10 classic old dish smart. Give your little ones the gift of joy, laughter and learning as we welcome them back home for the holidays with delightful kids shows on Cartoon Channel, ST Kids, Jim Jam and more. Start the month with the prize-winning local game show Bongwa Champs on Quacks, premiering on 6th August at 19 hours on Novella E+.
Where in the human body can the smallest bone be found?
Watch contestants put their intelligence, teamwork, and humor to the ultimate test. But there is more. Looking to spice up your weekends? Don't miss Hello Mr. Right Season 3, airing live on TV3 every Saturday at 20 hours. Cheer on your favorite couple and witness as they find love through a range of fun challenges, conflicting conversations, and plenty of romantic moments. Subscribe now. Top Star. Enjoy digital life.
Change your water and change your life. Kanjin Water Zambia Limited brings to you microclass highly alkaline water with the benefits of immunosystem booster, disease combating, and many more. For more information, dial the number 0976 096670. We are located in all around the country, Zambia. Change your water and change your life. Change your water and change your Kanjin water. Kanjin water, change your life.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now, for the rest of the news. Disacare Sports Club, a Lusaka-based organization, today held a fundraiser in order to raise funds ahead of the Danhiko Annual Paralympic Games scheduled to take place next month in Zimbabwe. Disacare Sports Club chairperson Peter Banda told Hope News that the organization is currently low on funds and wrote to different stakeholders to help them meet their logistical expense to travel to Zimbabwe. But the response in this regard has not been very positive, prompting the team to solicit for funds from members of the community and motorists. He said the response from the public has been overwhelming, and he is confident that this gesture will go a long way in motivating the athletes further as they compete on the grand stage in different Paralympic sporting disciplines. Mr. Banda has since called on more people to come on board and assist the organization financially. Meanwhile, Chulubalungu, a wheelchair basketball player, has called on people with disability to join Disacare Sports Club so that they too can contribute positively to society. Daniel Chilema has more in this report.
As a way of raising funds ahead of their trip to Zimbabwe for the Danhiko Annual Paralympic Games, Disacare Sports Club embarked on a fundraiser from Kafue roundabout to Mother Teresa. Danhiko Paralympic Games is an annual event where people living with disability compete with other countries in basketball, volleyball, badminton, and other sporting disciplines. Disacare Sports Club is taking part in this year's event, hence the fundraiser to help them meet some of their logistics expense.
The reason for the fundraising work is to raise funds for transport and other logistics for the team, to enable the team travel to Danhiko Annual Paralympic Games in Zimbabwe. The response is overwhelming, though people are contributing here and there. Yeah. We have tried on several occasions to write to different institutions asking for any contribution toward the same tournament, on different companies, different institutions, different business cooperatives, but the response has not been good. So we thought using the fundraising would be one of the thing that we could use to raise funds for the club. We are just appealing to the general public, to those that are watching, to come up on board and assist the team raise funds for them to travel to Zimbabwe.
The athletes were equally excited as they encouraged more people living with disability to come on board and take part in sports.
Okay, so vetting akambeche ku muntu audience, especially for persons with disability, you are feel free to come and join us. You are welcome. We are one family. And just to talk about the team, I think we are almost more than ready. Yes, we are ready to participate with into the trip that we have been to Zimbabwe. Fundraising work tsakira chendarama zotandiza in terms of transport because it's been drama, and also just an appeal that everyone can come on board and help us with what they can help.
Fundraising is the fundraise kupeza transport ndera kuZimbabwe. So itikaita fundraise ndiramba zimatanza kugura kwa majezi na mazipea parts majinga na transport. Vantu vose vadza vafana ngatambe kupojoin because team in audience wanafuna join but usosapo kuti kuri sports enongakwanisa iliko sports ucha basketball, sitting volleyball, vambiri sana. So both join as long as you're interested in a sport, both join.
Last year, the team scooped a total of 24 medals and is confident that they will do exceedingly this year.
Yes, we are really prepared. Last year we managed to make about 24 medals. I can assure the public that even this time the team is ready, and we can promise the people that we are going to yield medals.
The Paralympic Games will run from the 20th to the 24th of September 2023 in Zimbabwe. Daniel Chilema, reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Now, government has paid glowing tributes to sportsmen and women who won some awards in various sports disciplines this year so far. Sports Minister Elvis Ngandu, who was represented by Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga, said the sportsmen and women endeavored to come out triumphantly as champions, all this for their country, Zambia. The minister further said even though it was not easy, they fought to the end to bring glory to their country. He has called on the medal winners not to relax or look back, but that it is time for them to continue fighting and achieve even more. Mr. Mulenga, in a speech read on his behalf, has assured the sportsmen and women of government's plan to host a dinner gala in their honor. Rejoice Mukoma now has details in this report.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts has congratulated the men and women who participated in different international and regional sports games to represent Zambia.
We want to congratulate the men and women on this great country, who stood up to strive for the entire population in their particular competition. They endeavored to come out triumphantly as champions for the Republic of Zambia. And it is not easy, but they conquered with bravery to bring glory to the motherland.
Speaking in a speech read by Commerce Minister Chipoka Mulenga, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, Elvis Ngandu, congratulated the champions who won medals to work even harder to achieve higher.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to further encourage the champions who won medals to neither relax nor look back, as it is time to continue fighting on even more and higher achievements.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, however, pledged to continue supporting the sports industry in the country.
As government, through the ministry, we will always recognize and intensify and incentivize your efforts accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is within the national sports policy under the ministry to always recognize sports achievements, and to this end, we will continue hosting national sports awards to ceremoniously award achievers like yourselves here today. As such, you should be assured that by the end of this year, a dinner gala will be hosted in honor of all of you, our great achievers.
Reporting for Hope News, Rejoice Mukoma.
Meanwhile, government has announced that the country will this year, from the 25th to the 26th of August, host the first ever Sports Expo and Forum slated for Mulungushe International Conference Center in Lusaka. Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Elvis Ngandu, in a speech read on his behalf by Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga, said the expo will be under the auspice of the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, working alongside the Ministry of Tourism and the Zambia Diaspora Organization. He said the Sports Expo and Forum will bring together sports and business to showcase potential opportunities for partnership and collaborations. The expo will run under the theme showcasing sports contribution to national development. President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to officially open the event on the opening day.
We inform you that Zambia will host the first ever Sports Expo and Forum at the Mulungushi International Conference Center from the 25th to the 26th of August 2023. The Sports Expo and Forum will be organized by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and the Zambia Diaspora Organizing, ZDO. Other partners include the Zambia Tourism Agency and the National Sports Council of Zambia. The Sports Expo and Forum brings together sports business to showcase potential opportunities for partnerships and collaborations. The theme of the 2023 Expo is Showcasing Sports Contribution to National Development. I'll say the theme again, Showcasing Sports Contribution to National Development. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow colleagues, the Expo will be officially opened by the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, on the 25th of August 2023, in the company of the Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts and Ministry of Tourism, as well as other key delegates representing government and the private sector.
Well, that item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's retake stories that made headlines. Political commentator says arrest of Socialist Party leader was done within the law. Petauke Secondary School head teacher arrested for corrupt practices. President Hakainde Hichilema has called on accountants in the country to support government in the economic development agenda. Disa Care lobbies for funds to participate at Danhiko Annual Paralympic Games in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkozi, alongside George Kalimukwa, on behalf of the entire studio and production team. Keep watching Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. Until then, it's God bless and bye for now.